इस सेशन में हम एक ऐसी लेखिका का सम्मान करना चाहते हैं जिनकी आवाज सीमाओं और पीढ़ियों के पार पहुंची है। इतिहास गवाह रहा है कि लेखकों को कट्टरपंथ पर सवाल उठाने के लिए सेंसरशिप और मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ा है, लेकिन कुछ लोग चुप रहने से इनकार कर देते हैं। आज हमें तस्लीमा नसरीन का स्वागत करते हुए बहुत गर्व महसूस हो रहा है। हम गौरवान्वित महसूस कर रहे हैं। वो निडर हैं और उन्होंने निडर होकर सेकुलरिज्म, महिलाओं के हक और फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन की वकालत की है। उन्होंने सेशन की थीम को खुद जिया है, अनसाइलेंस्ड वर्ड्स एंड वेपन्स। और उनके साथ मैं आनंद नरसिम्हन को इस चर्चा के लिए स्टेज पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी। वेलकम बोथ ऑफ यू। थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू आनंद।
Namaste. Such an honor and a pleasure to meet you in person and also to speak with you, Taslima ji. As we speak, there are a lot of developments happening. So America has decided that the regime, the Iranian regime has to change. So we've got to go ahead. And because we don't like you, you got nuclear weapons, so we got to do away with you. Some time back in Bangladesh, they said, all right, we don't like the current leader, so we got to take you off. Do you think nations should have this power to engineer regime changes in governments they like or don't like?
Thank you. You know, all countries' situations are not the same. So I think that mullah regime should be changed, because you know that so many women were murdered because they did not want to wear the compulsory hijab. So this mullah regime must be changed, and a secularist government should be there in Iran. But in Bangladesh, what happened in Bangladesh, it was actually the jihadi supported government came to power, like Muhammad Yunus. He supported jihadis and Islamic terrorists, and he destroyed the country. You know, he wanted to remove the history of 1971 war against Pakistan, and the people who were collaborators of Pakistani army in 1971 were supported by Muhammad Yunus, and also Jamaat-e-Islami, the Islamist party, is also supported by Muhammad Yunus. And now it is better that not Jamaat-e-Islami, Bangladesh Nationalist Party in power after election. So it is good. So
yeah, so I was trying to highlight this contradiction, but I put the question another way. So in Afghanistan, the Taliban and the mullahs are okay. In Bangladesh, to remove one regime, radicals, giving flight to radicals is okay. In Iran, we don't like the mullah regime, so we want to remove them. Now, can the world afford to have a duplicitous position about radicals and about radical mullahs, especially radical Islam?
no, nowhere actually radical Islam or radical mullahs are okay. In Afghanistan, Taliban are in power. They don't allow any girls to go to school. They don't allow any women to go to work. It's not good. Maybe Afghanistan is now supported by some countries, but it doesn't mean that Afghanistan is in good shape. So women have been suffering in Afghanistan, and this mullah regime must be removed, and a secularist party should be in power, and where, there should not be any Islamic laws, there should not be any religious laws. Laws should be based on equality and justice, and women should get, the opportunity to live as human beings.
You think Muslims are safe in India? There is this whole narrative about Muslims are being treated unfairly in India, and especially under Prime Minister Modi and this BJP government over the last 12 years, Muslims have suffered. Muslims are not getting their due. That's why let me ask you this.
Even though I am an atheist and humanist, I came from Muslim family, but I have been living in India for many, many years. And also I met many Muslims here in India, and I don't think, or I didn't feel when I met them, when I talked with them, that they are unsafe here. In Bangladesh, the religious minority community, Hindus, they are in fear. Whenever they get any opportunity, they leave the country. They come to India or they go to Europe or America for safety because they are persecuted. Their houses are burned. Their shops and their belongings are burned by Islamists and jihadists, and they are persecuted only because they have different faith. They believe in Hinduism. So they live in fear, and whenever they get chance, they leave the country. But here, I have many Muslim friends. I have never heard that they said that they would leave this country. Muslims in India, they never think of leaving India for any Muslim country. So it means that they are living in safety in India, So actually Muslims are safe in Europe, America, India, and any non-Muslim countries. Muslims are most unsafe in Muslim countries.
Well, if you put it that way, so, if you look at the reality,
there are many Muslims from Bangladesh go to Europe and America to live. Okay. They never go to Saudi Arabia or any other Muslim countries to live because they know that there is no democracy in those countries, there is no freedom of expression under Islam, and there is no women's rights under Islam, there is no human rights under Islam. So they will be persecuted, they will be tortured, they will be oppressed, so they go to Europe or America or India, where they find that secularism exists, they will be able to live as human beings, whatever their religion or gender.
True. How is a Bangladeshi Muslim perceived, let's say, in the Middle East? How are they treated? Are they seen as a fellow Muslim, or are they seen as somebody inferior?
In rich Muslim countries in the Middle East, Bangladeshi Muslims are treated as miskins, that beggars, They are not, the Muslim unity or Muslims are brothers. Only the rich Muslims are brothers, not poor Muslims. They don't consider poor Muslims as their brothers. They are, from Saudi Arabia, the many women, Bangladeshi female workers, come back either as dead bodies or as pregnant, as oppressed, beaten up, because those Muslim men for whom they work, mostly their maids, in the houses, they're raped by fathers and sons. It's very common. and they're oppressed. They're treated as sex slaves, and sometimes they die. They come back as, come back home as dead bodies, or as sometimes they get psychological problems. So recently, yesterday actually, one woman came as pregnant because she was raped by the house owners, and also another woman came as mentally disturbed. This happens. Muslims are against Muslims, so you must not think that Muslims are always very good friends of Muslims. So they treat poor people like this way. They have no morality. So those people are rich, they know money, and they treat poor people, very bad.
It's the same elitism game. I am richer than you, so I'm better than you. I'm superior than you, inferior. But when the projection happens, it's Muslim brotherhood. It's the entire Muslim world is the same. All Muslims are the same. But you present a very different picture, Taslima ji. How is... yes, ma'am.
Muslim unity is a myth. 1971 war of Bangladesh proved that Muslim unity is a myth. Even though there was partition of India, I'm really against that partition, that you put Muslims together, even though East Pakistan and West Pakistan was 1,000 miles away. But Muslim couldn't live with Muslims because West Pakistani Muslims tortured or oppressed our East Pakistani Muslims. So finally, East Pakistani Muslims fought against West Pakistani Muslims. And we got a land, we got independence in 1971. And also you see that now Afghanistan and Pakistan are fighting with each other, and also Saudi Arabia and Yemen fought each other, and they are all fighting with each other. So it is not that there is a Muslim brotherhood, no Muslim brotherhood exists, or any Muslim unity you don't see.
Does Muslim sisterhood exist? When I say women are not spoken about in the Muslim community, see, again, they term themselves Muslim brotherhood. Again, it's very patriarchal, I agree. What do Muslim women think? I'm sure you would have interacted with women from various Muslim nations or Muslim women all over the world. What do they think?
Yeah, Muslim women have been suffering, because under Muslim laws. And some Muslim women, of course, are liberated, and some are brainwashed. They think that they should follow Islamic rules. And so it's divided. Also in Iran, you will find that many Muslim women do not want to wear hijab, but some Muslim women want to wear hijab. So it's... but what I think is that all Muslim countries should be civilized. There should be secularism, means state and religion must be separated, and there should be democracy and human rights, women's rights, and freedom of expression. They must have. Otherwise, they will never be civilized. And women must have education and also economic freedom. Without economic freedom, women will never be liberated. So these Muslim countries that under the name of Islam, the rulers especially oppress Muslim women and also men, because they violate human rights. Yeah. And if there is no secularism, then the religious minority communities suffer a lot in all Muslim countries. So those Muslim countries should be civilized, and we, the people who are free thinkers, we criticize Islam and Islamic fundamentalism, jihadism, and terrorism. Why? Because we want Muslim society and Muslim countries should be civilized.
Yes.
And Islam must not be exempt from critical scrutiny that applies to other religions. And Islam must go through the Enlightenment process by opposing inhuman, unscientific aspects of religion.
We have limited time, but I have two questions. One is, how do you think this can happen? This entire critical assessment, recalibration, who will do it and how can it be done?
We are doing it. There are many free thinkers in Muslim countries, and we constantly criticizing or doing critical scrutiny of Islam. And I think that there's lots of people actually are leaving Islam, the Muslim people. And they get persecuted in their own countries, and they leave for, some other safe countries. And in Bangladesh, you know that I have been living in exile for 31 years. Why did I leave? Why was I thrown out of Bangladesh? Because I was critical of Islam in Bangladesh 31 years ago. And there are many men and women followed me. They also are very critical of Islam. And you know that what happened in 2016, there are many atheist bloggers who were hacked to death in Bangladesh during Hasina regime.
There's one person who was hacked to death in Loni in Uttar Pradesh for leaving Islam, Sunil.
Okay, so in Bangladesh it happened. Many were in prison, and those people, persecuted people, had to leave the country. So in India, they didn't get any shelter. They got shelter in Nepal. Now they are living in Nepal. And many also left for Europe and America. But from there, they are writing, and they have also very active. They have vlogs. They are speaking constantly.
Time has flown, so I'll keep this to the last question. Would you like to go back to Bangladesh?
Yeah.
And do you think the current elected government, the BNP, will have a more liberal approach, more secular approach?
I do not know, but we have to wait and see what Tariq is doing. But I hope that there are lots of works that he has to do. He has to unban Awami League and let the Awami League people, have the right to do their politics. And also, there are many terrorists and jihadists are freed from prison who are now, walking free in the society. They should be, put in prison again. And also, there are many free thinkers are in prison. They should be freed. And also, the laws that, our personal law or family laws based in religion, that should be based on equality and justice. There should not be any religious laws. There should be strict separation between state and religion, and minority people must not be persecuted by jihadis, and Jamaat Islami should not be a main opposition party. Other secular party should be main opposition party. I don't know how much he will do, but I hope that he will do much better than previous governments.
Well, we also hope so too, but till then, Taslima ji, we are always happy to have you with us here in Bharat. So you're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know there are a lot of questions, but we don't have time. We have to make way for the next panel. So you can have the Okay, one question. With your kind permission, sirs, I know our next panel is also here. With your indulgence, namaste. If you may, kindly, we just take one question. Yes. We are bringing the mic to you quickly, so then you can ask the question. All right, I'll bring this down. Chali, let's not. Sure.
Kind of you. Yeah. So, Sensei Raj from the Global Changemakers Network. Ms. Nasreen, you have dared the Muslim world, as you said. How do you feel about the pogroms against the Hindus in Bangladesh itself, from the very backyard that you come from? 1947 to 2026? One sec. From 51% to less than 6.5%. Could you please shed some light on that? Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Probably 30% to now it is 8% Hindus are there. Okay, so this actually shows that how Hindus are leaving the country because they are not they didn't feel safe. They were persecuted, they were oppressed, they were attacked by Islamists. So they left the country. So the percentage is so low now. So,
well, she said that. She said either they've been hacked, or they've been forced to convert, or they've been forced to leave. So she was quite candid about this right at the top of the conversation. So that's why I said it's not that she's something that she's held back. But we've run out of time. So Taslima ji, I thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being so candid and so open about your thoughts. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you.